Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we won the Carabao Cup. How did we do it? I don't know. I really have no idea. We employed a new tactic and it worked against Manchester City. But after this, everything went away. As you can see here, after the Carabao Cup final with Man City, we won 3-0 with 2 sent-offs. Yeah, Jack Grealish in the 7th minute when we already had 1-0. And then John McGinn in 71 minute after we had already 3-0 and we were pretty much the winners. After this, everything went downhill. We lost with Newcastle in the FA Cup 5th round, then we lost in the league 2 matches against West Ham and Liverpool all at home. We managed a draw against Brentford, but then we lost again against Man United. We managed to win against Brighton with a new tactic, a 4-2-4 wing play. Then we managed only a draw against Leicester, employing kind of the same tactic with only one small tweak. After this, we lost against Leeds in a very contested game with a penalty from Patrick Bamford. We wasted a lot of chances. With Fulham, I don't know what happened. Tyrone Mings got sent off very early. And then we lost 3-1. We went back to our vertical tiki-taka 4-3-3 against Arsenal and we managed to pull a draw, but after this we lost the next 2 matches against Chelsea and Man City. And just to show you that I'm not the worst possible manager, that I've wasted a 6th place and we are now 9th in the Premier League, just 2 games until the end of the season, I will show you a compilation of all the penalties that we had with some funny music. And since you are still here, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to encourage me to make and distribute much more FM content on YouTube. Let's go to the league table. We are 9th here and the job is really untouchable if we are looking at the board. They feel like I'm doing an unbelievable job. I can't believe this, but okay, they are saying that they are pleased with the entertaining football and that we became an established Premier League team, competitive in the cups and so on. They are devastating that I didn't sign enough under 23 players for the first team, even though I brought in some youngsters, but seems like not enough. We will bring in some more next season. Stay tuned. If we are looking at the league table, we are on 9th place, qualified already for the Conference League, European Conference League, yeah, the 3rd competition in Europe. So we will see some European football next year. Unfortunately, we have absolutely no chance to 6th place. As you can see, we are 18 points behind Chelsea and Tottenham, even though we fight with them a lot this season and we were there fighting for the places. It seems that Newcastle got the better of Arsenal and they will probably take 4th place. Man City already win the league and Liverpool and Man United are 2nd and 3rd. Now, we still have 2 matches, and since last time we looked at a match against Newcastle in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, I decided to show you the match against Wolves, which are our neighbors, let's say, and our most close rivals in the Premier League. Because Birmingham are not in the Premier League and it doesn't look like they will come in very soon because they finished 10th in the Championship. So we will play Wolves, and Wolves are on 18th place with 36 points, and maybe we will nail down their place to go to the Championship. Let's see, because we haven't won in a long time and we really need a win. This is the tactic that we are going to employ against Wolves. The only change here, I would say, it's Buendia for Leon Bailey because he is slightly injured, coming back in 3 days. Otherwise, we usually use this kind of trident here, this triangle in the middle of the park. Sometimes using John McGinn, even though he got a lot of yellow cards and red cards this season, but sometimes using him as a box-to-box or as a Carriero or something like this instead of Douglas Luiz, but Douglas Luiz is playing very well there as well. Wolves are playing a 4-2-3-1. That did not work for them, even though they have a very good team overall. We have a terrible recent form, 4 losses in the last 5 matches. We are on 10th place as it looks, below Fulham, so we absolutely need to win in order for us to go to 9th place and finish in 9th place, hopefully. We have more possession, which is what I was expecting. And we have our first corner, Digne. Oh, to Nicolas Gonzalez at the near post. Digne again. Turns back. A cross. And Douglas Luiz opens the scoring. A good cross from Digne, and we are up 1-0 already against Wolves, and this is what we were looking at. As you can see, I'm a little bit more pessimistic now after that terrible form in the second half of the season, and we will need next season to find some way to avoid that. Guedes with a cross, and we won the header there through Bednarek. Nelson Semedo. A cross. And Raul Jimenez scores with a good header from the box there. We didn't manage to mark him well. It was a pass from Semedo. A cross, a good cross. We have a chance now through Buendia, who manages one dribble and then cash. Now Camara, a long pass. They are winning the header, but we are recovering quickly. Buba Camara. A back pass to Konsa. Now Jacob Ramsey, a long ball, and it's Buendia. Scores! Oh, what a shot from Emi Buendia. Jacob Ramsey plays very well in that advanced playmaker position, and he really improved at the beginning. Yeah, it was not an offside. At the beginning of the season, I was not counting on him. Now Gonzalo Guedes. But we are recovering very well. Mati Cash there. Very good press. And Watkins. Watkins can bring in a cross. And it's a penalty. Should be a penalty. Ruben Neves. A bad tackle there on Mati Cash. Mati Cash was the first to the ball. And let's see. Penalty is awarded. And we have a penalty. Finally, we have a penalty ourselves. I didn't see this in a lot of games. Nicolas Gonzalez scores! 3-1 Villa. We start the second half without any changes. Brought in McGinn for Camara, who had a yellow card. 71 minute. Ezri Konsa is there with a free kick. And it's Digne now. Digne advances with the ball. Jacob Ramsey for Oli Watkins, who hoofs it above the crossbar. Mati Cash wins the header. Aid Nuri, but Douglas Luiz, very good positioning, and now Buendia. Buendia managed the dribbling. Now Watkins, Buendia, and it's Douglas Luiz alone. No, it's Nicolas Gonzalez who scores, and we are 4-1. 4-1 ahead. Great there. Buendia, wonderful dribblings. He preferred Nicolas Gonzalez, who is kind of sure to score from there. And here we are. We won against Wolves away, yeah, in Wolverhampton, the derby against our neighbors, our rivals, the closest rivals that we have in the Premier League. And I don't know if they are relegated, but that would be great. Now let's go to the season's review. And we're back at the season review. We managed a draw against Newcastle in the last match, but unfortunately Fulham won against Nottingham Forest, so we finished 10th in the league. To the new arrivals here, from the people that I brought in, Nicolas Gonzalez, very good. Josip Juranovic, quite good. And then we had Luciano Ferreira, also Sofian Amrabat. I was not very pleased with him, but we got him for a very low amount. From the transfers out, I didn't transfer out any of these people except Marvelous Nakamba, that we managed to sell for a very good amount of money. and Frederick Gilbert, who really did not play even for Brighton, who bought him. Now on moments to remember, our top goal scorer is Danny Ings with 15 goals, but I think he didn't score at all in the spring. So in the competition results we had some good, some bad results. As you can see, the first half is much better than the second half. And we finished 10th, below Fulham, below Brentford. It's 49 points. It's something that we need to build on. Absolutely, I'm aiming for like 60 points, 63, 66, to be there in the top 6 next year with some very good additions, because as you could see right now, we have quite good transfer budget. Initial budget is set up at 61 million euros, which is quite good. Now biggest win, 6-0 against Nottingham Forest. We'll win also against Wolves. This was the match that we had just earlier. And goal of the season, it's a goal from Douglas Luiz. Club reputation did not change. We are still at national. We still have to build on. Now this is the 11, the top 11 that we put in together. I would add here Bednarek. History in the making, and the accolades here. Most player match awards is Nicolas Gonzalez, who was one of the best players, fans player of the year. Also very good. I really liked having him, and I think it was a very good addition to the team, and we were very inspired to jump on him right there when he was listed on the transfer list from Fiorentina. They say it's important to get off to a good start, but it rings as true as ever for Aston Villa. And to this new feature, which is the dynamic manager timeline. Oh, welcome aboard, here to help, one for the future, future stars, future star, and so on. Going to EFL Cup winners. We humbled the bitter rivals Wolves at Molineux 4-1. And we are investing in potential. As you can see here already, we have 3 players coming in. We have Fabio Miretti from Juventus, for which we are paying somewhere, I think around 11 million or 14 million or something like this, but just 4 million right ahead. The rest is on installments. The same for Ilya Zabarny. We are paying also somewhere around 15 or 16 million, but only 8.5 right away. Then we get a youngster from Benfica that I don't think will make the first team from the beginning. 1.1 million. He was in the top 50 next generation, and we will probably loan him out. This is where we are now. 1 trophy, 0 major awards. But this is the season review. We will have pretty much rebuild on our hands next season. We already get Miretti and Ilya Zabarny in the team, but we will have to change some of the older players, maybe Minks, maybe Coutinho. I'm expecting at least 5 or 6 new players or more, and we will have one. If we cannot manage through one, we will have 2 episodes related to this rebuild, to the new transfer window, and to the new season going with Aston Villa, the Aston story. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned.